Hi, dear friends. Good morning. Welcome back to Aksharadare. I am Devraj. Today is 19th October 2023. So, days are going very fast. And I hope you guys are learning, read, and earning read. And you guys following the tips which I have given in the previous videos. And also, you guys were utilizing the opportunities which were given by the Aksharadare team. So, before going to start today's newspaper reading, I would request you guys to please subscribe the channel, like and comment. If you like the video, please share with your friends. It may useful for somebody to utilize the opportunity. So let's start reading the today's newspaper and see what's in today's news. The Hindu, which is very important for the competitive exams. So I hope you guys are reading the same newspaper. That's other newspapers also useful. But for the point of examination, competitive exams, the Hindu is very good. So let's start reading the newspaper today news. Yes, this is the front page of the newspaper. BJP not in panic in MP and Rajasthan. Government clears bonanza of 15,000 crore for employees. Israel and Hamas trade blame over hospital blast. Gaza struggles to save survivors as rage grows in West Asia. Bidan arrives in Tel Aviv, brags Israelis claim that rocket fired by Palestinian militants led to explosion. Strikes resume from both sides. Modi expresses outrage at attack. The underdogs day out in World Cup. The Netherlands defeat of South Africa was the second biggest upset ever. Buoyant India faces the Bangladesh test. BDA to soon start digitizing all records. BDA to soon start digitizing all records. This is with an aim to make the office more people friendly. Bangalore bound flight posted to return to Singapore airport. Traffic police help reduce one black spot on nice route. Man accused of robbing jewelry shop caught. The Battlely police have caught one of the accused who, along with twice of his associates, robbed a jewelry shop for after opening fire at the shop owner recently. The accused Hussein was recently caught at the airport before he boarded a flight to Hyderabad with part of the stolen gold valuables. As Grizz DCP West Division said, the accused, along with his associates Sikhinder and because are from Rajasthan, they met Shiva, an habitual offender from the city in Hyderabad, and actually planned to steal valuables. Shiva, who was familiar with Vinayaka Jewelers, situated on Pipeline Road in Badrolli, gave them the details. The accused attacked Manoj Lohar, 30, and fired at him when he resisted the robbery. The accused, soon after escaping with the booty, shared it and dispersed in different directions. The police zeroed in on his phone at the airport and recovered 50% of the gold valuables from him. Efforts are on the on to nab the remaining accused. BBMP issues work hardest to digitize documents. Rudralai Rudraksha exhibition and sale in Bangalore. It is exactly. Social Club HSE site 12 second 20 second cross third sector. Layout Mangaluru, 19th to 23rd October, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Nagarjuna footbridge at Nagasanda metro station enhances access to IKEA. Reddy conducts a review meeting on demands of transport operators. A fire engulfs cafe. A staffer injured after jumping from fourth floor. Five services personnel suspect the blaze started in the kitchen of the cafe in Bangalore, in Koramangala. Attibale fire's tragedy toll increases to 17. Case against Telangana MLA for hate speech. IIA holds first star party for amateur astronomers at Anle Dark Sky Reserve. HSRPs installed on only 1.7 lakh vehicles ahead of November 17 deadline. In August, the Transport Department issued a notification and circular mandating the installation of high security registration plates on 2 crore vehicles registered before April 1st, 2019. Surbhajanin Durga Puja from October 19th to 24. FIR against officials for converting forest into revenue land. Habitual offender stabs a head constable. Students take up a fight against poverty at a grassroots level. Surakhe Chandrasekhar Kulkarni in race for KPCC working president post. Chief Minister proposal to appoint Surakhe is seen as a move to counter his political rival Al Prasad within the party. Arvind Kamath is the additional Solicitor General of India. Work on lab to land and land to lab AXA consortium will consider providing 2% quota per spokespersons in all government jobs. Sidramaya. HC causes a wildlife law violation case against the Agriculture Minister over serious procedural lapses. RTI Limited expands testing abilities with new certification. Video of Suga Minister sounded by currency notes at a wedding goes viral. Government malls were transferring 26 crore programs from Education Department to RDPR Department. Now BJP seeks ED probe into alleged corruption. Glimpses of Mysoru's Royal Dasara in Bangalore. The ongoing show in the city has on display rare photographs of the Dasara celebrations taken by Mysoru's veteran photographer KV Subha Rao. Women of Basavanagudi exhibit their talent. Why better wastewater management could help solve Bangalore's water crisis? The solutions are available, but change at the individual, family, and community level needs to happen. Pottery is powerful. Bangalore's pottery community is multiplying at a great speed. Thanks to a vast network of studios, modern equipment, enthusiastic learners, Dandiya art, and more. Poems up for the everyday. Tune in a portrait of women in transition. Learn to write spooky stuff. KCR says Congress will hand key schemes if voted to power. CM says BR's government has waived from the farm loans totaling 37,000 crore. Congress is likely to hand schemes such as Raita Bandhu, Dalit Bandhu, and 24-hour free electricity supply for farmers, says Rao. Will implement Hal poll promises in Telangana Rahul. No decorations on pilgrim vehicles to Sabrimala at sea. Hundreds of UDF protesters lay siege to Kerala Secretariat. The explosion of digital uncertainty. Let's read this editorial page written by the M.K. Narayan and other is a former director of Intelligence Bureau. Recent advances in generative artificial intelligence have captured the imagination of the public, businesses, and governments alike. The government of India has also very recently released a comprehensive report on the opportunities afforded by this current wave of AI. Leaders of the IT industries in India are almost certain that this wave of AI will lead to fundamental changes in the skills landscape and implicitly in terms of underlying threats and dangers scant understanding of the implications. Concurrently, there is an exponential explosion of digital uncertainty. If you are able to fully comprehend the nature of the new threat, the likes of which have not been witnessed in past decades, if not centuries. If you also realize the grave implications of what it means to have our lives and our economies run on what may be described as fertile digital topsoil. Even fewer realize the kind of intrinsic problems that result from these. It is half repeated that digital infrastructure is built on layers upon layers of omniscient machine intelligence, human coded software abstractions, and undependable hardware components. Each of the layers interconnect through complex and deeply embedded protocols. The narrow aperture of understanding of such aspects means that the vast majority of people are ignorant of the implications. Even less understood is that complexity of this kind begets vulnerabilities. While cyber has no doubt attracted a measure of attention, there is little or true understanding of the nature of today's cognitive warfare. Cognitive warfare truly ranks alongside other elements of modern warfare, such as the domains of maritime, air, and space. Cognitive warfare puts a premium on sophisticated techniques that are aimed at destabilizing institutions, especially governments, and manipulation among other aspects of the news media by powerful non-state actors. It entails the art of using technological tools to alter the cognition of human targets who are often unaware of such attempts. The end result could be a loss of trust apart from breaches of confidentiality and loss of governance capabilities. Even more dangerous is that it could alter a population's behavior using sophisticated psychological techniques of manipulation. Given the age of emerging technologies, both businesses and governments today confront an Armageddon of sorts. The methods employed are highly insidious. For example, today, with almost a third of companies in the more advanced countries of the world investing more in intangible assets than the physical one, they are putting themselves directly at risk from AI. Another estimate is that with over 50% of the market value of the top 500 companies sitting in intangibles, they too are deeply vulnerable as firms large and small spend billions of dollars to migrate to the cloud. And more sensors constantly send out sensitive information. The risks go up in a geometrical progression. All this portends a dark rather than a brave new world harder that we hope to inhabit. Hence, digital uncertainty is morphing into a radical uncertainty and rather rapidly. Today, government and government agencies are spending significant resources to undo the impact of misinformation and disinformation. But this may not be enough. There is enough, not enough understanding of how the very nature of information is being manipulated, and the extent to which AI drives many of these drastic transformations. All this contributes to which what can only be referred to as truth decay. The emergence of AGI. If AI is the grave threat that the world is currently contemplating, we are only witnessing the tip of the iceberg. As growing numbers of people cognitively and psychologically become dependent on digital networks, AI is able to influence many critical aspects of their thinking and functioning. What is simultaneously accelerating and terrorizing is the fact that many advances in AI are now being birthed by the machine itself. Sooner rather than later, we will witness the emergence of artificial general intelligence, artificial intelligence that is equal or and are superior to human intelligence, which will penetrate all new sectors and replace human judgment, intuition, and creativity. The impending dawn of AGI is far more disruptive and dangerous than anything else that we have encountered thus far. There is a real fear that it could alter the very fabric of nation states and tear apart real and imagined communities across the globe. Social and economic inequalities will rise exponentially. Social anarchy will rule the streets as we see happening in some of the cities closest to the epicenter of technological innovation. It has an inherent capacity to flood a country with fake content, misquoting masquerading as truth, and for imitating known voices with false ones that sound eerily familiar. This could lead to a breakdown of the concept of the trust of what is said, read, or heard, and could lead to overturning the trust pyramid with catastrophic consequences. AJ will enable highly autonomous systems that outperform humans in many areas, including economically, work, education, and social welfare, and the like. AGI systems will have the potential to be able to make decisions that are unpredictable and uncontrollable, which could have unintended consequences, often with harmful outcomes. It is difficult to comprehend at this point its many manifestations, but job displacements and economic displacements would be initial symptoms of what could become a tsunami of almost all human related activity. Digital data could in turn become converted into digital intelligence and all enlarging the scope for disruption and the reining in of entire sectors. It would enhance inequalities and exacerbate social disparities and worsen economic disparities. Hence, AGI could prove to be as radical a game changer in the world of the 21st century as the Industrial Revolution was in the 18th century. It is almost certain to lead to material shifts in the geopolitical balance of power and in a way never comprehended previously. The specter of digital colonization looms large with AGI based power centers being based in a few specific locations. Consequently, AGI driven disruption could participate in the dawn of the age of digital colonialism. This would lead to a new form of exploitation via which data exploitation in its most egregious form. It would entail export of raw data and import of value-added products that use this data. In short, AGI based concentration of power would have eerie similarities to the old East India Company syndrome. We could possibly be at the cusp of an open humor moment when the world is at a crossroads in the science of computing, communicating, and engineering, and the ethics of a new technology whose power and potential we do not fully comprehend. Reining in or even halting the development of the most advanced forms of AGI or disallowing unfettered experimentation with the technology may not be easy, but the alternative is that it has the potential to shape the nature of the world in a manner well behind what can be anticipated. Today, AGI seems to imitate forms of reasoning with a power to approximate the way humans think. This is a new kind of arms race, but of a different kind, and it has just begun. It perhaps calls for more intimate collaboration between the states and the technology sector, which is easier said than done. The Hamas Israel conflict. A final word, AI can be exploited and manipulated skillfully in certain situations, as was possibly the case in the current Hamas Israeli conflict, sometimes referred to as the Yom Kippur War 2023. Israel's massive intelligence failure is attributed by some experts to an overindulgence of AI by it. which was skillfully exploited by Hamas. AI depends essentially on data and algorithms, and Hamas appears to have used subterfuges to conceal its real intentions by distorting the flow of information flowing into Israeli AI systems. Hamas, some experts claim, was thus able to blindside Israeli intelligence and the Israeli high command. The lesson to be learned is that an over dependence on AI and a belief in its invisibility and could prove to be as catastrophic as locking the gates after the house has bolted. Let's read next. Go to the next article. The BRI at 10. Some its many misses. The Third Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation, as that was convened in Beijing, China, October 17th to 18th, 17th and 18th, has put the spotlight back on Chinese President Xi Jinping signature initiative. Early debates in China reveal the intent behind the Belt and Road Initiative. Academic Xiu Link likened the BRI to China's Marshall Plan, stating that it was a gateway for China to transition from a regional power with global influence to a global power with comprehensive strength. Academic Wang Yu argued that the BRI was an ascendant China's bid to reboot globalization and rectify its shortcomings. A rising China also felt the need to develop new transport and trade arteries as alternatives, since rivals could put the squeeze on the Strait of Malacca, the jugular vein for China's economy. Beijing was also putting its money where its mouth was with the establishment of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank with a 100 billion war chest, challenging other lending institutions in the assessment of scholar Zhu Jiajin. The AIIB would enable Mr. Z to harvest early gains of the ABR. At the onset, Mr. Z was pitching for the use of local currency in trade, thus, in effect, elbowing out the dollar. In this way, he began building an economic corridor centered on China. As a Zai vehicle, the BRI, which was launched shortly after Mizi got the top job, also served as a vehicle for him to brand himself as a global statesman and project China's power and influence overseas. Domestically, the initiative entered the Communist Party of China's constitution in 2017 and got top billing in the 14th five-year plan announced in 2021. The Chinese government's white paper on BRI released this month, the Belt and Road Initiative, a key pillar of the global community of shared future, revealed that over 200 BRI cooperation facts had been linked with over 150 nations. The document also stated that total two-way investment between China and, and partner countries from 2013 to 2022 touched $380 billion. As Mr. Z himself put it, the BRI would provide more public goods to the entire world, highlighting the massive infrastructure deficit. According to the World Bank, 675 million people are without electricity globally, around 2.3 million lack of potable water, and 450 million lie behind the coverage of a broadband signal. The lending institutions calculates that bridging the infrastructure gap will need capital infusion of 1.5 trillion annually through 2030, which is approximately 4.5% of the GDP of low and middle income countries. Under China's Marshall Plan, motorways, power plants, ports, railway networks, and digital infrastructure have been built. The ugly reality. But the tale of Chinese munificence is marred by some unsavory ground realities. A report from the ISEAS Yusuf Ishaq Institute and the BRI has highlighted issues related to the to ecological damage, displacement of people, dispute over payouts, and labor unrest. The findings detail case studies of Indonesia, where things came to a head over anxieties related to Chinese laborers filling up positions are market for locals. In Laos, the glistening superfast trains and impressive dam projects over the Mekong River cannot hide the woes of those are left high and dry due to lack of compensation. Or others on whom droughts due to dam construction projects have wreaked, wreaked havoc. Aid data estimates that Laos hosts China around 25 to $12.2 billion, about 65% of its GDP. The China-Pakistan economic corridor was conceived over the framework that ties between the two nations were deeper than the ocean, sweeter than honey, and higher than the Himalayas. Yet a Pakistani legislative report unearthed that while China garnered 91% of Gwadar's sports revenue, Pakistan pocketed just 9%. These issues have tarnished the reputation of the brand BRA, especially its tagline of win-win cooperation, as there are perceptions that it is a win for China twice over at the cost of other stakeholders. Global alternatives. After much hand wringing, efforts are being taken to counter the BRI. In the Donald Trump era, the United States and Japan initiated the United States Japan infrastructure investment alternatives in the Indo Pacific region. The Joe Biden administration announced the Build Back Better World initiative that seems to have been reorganized as the Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment, which aims to channelize the private capital into climate change and energy security, healthcare and health security, digital and technology, and gender equity. Here, it must be noted that India has steadfastly opposed OPEC over issues related to sovereignty and had raised concerns over issues of unsustainable debit. At like Cassandra warnings, they could not convince hearts and minds in the all of China's narrative. The G20 Delhi summit posited at another alternative in the form of the India Middle East Europe corridor that seeks to link India, West Asia, and Europe through railways and shipping lines. In addition to the trade connectivity, electricity, and digital infrastructure, as well as pipeline for clean hydrogen export, have been envisioned. It is too early to assess the alternatives, but all eyes will be on the future of BRI as it completes a decade. At a time when Beijing is grappling with economic woes related to debate and unemployment, it remains to be seen how it will reinvigorate the project of the century. See service. Let's go to the next page. The measure of the working man, the pure over Karnataka IT searches are deep. Despite no evidence, BJP has tried to link ruling Congress to the seized money. What is these? The underdogs are day out in World Cup. Bangladesh's victory over Pakistan in 1999 remains the unlikeliest of underdog victories. Probe Adani Group of jacking up price of coal imports, Rahul. Former Congress chief alleged that the electricity bills have gone up because of over invoicing of coal imports from Indonesia. He also questioned the silence of Indian media on the issue of and why SEBI can't find documents against the group. Congress has no faith in either a constitution of RSC. Israeli and Hamas trade blame over blast. Modi expresses shock over explosion at hospital in Gaza. 2008 murder of journalist. Delhi court convicts Poo. Internet services to be restored soon in Manipur, says Biren. Government clears Bananja of 15,000 crore for staff. Can refer aspects of PMLA verdict to constitution bench if need to be say. Yes. Newslink SEC to year please on the arrest of the founders. As Center notifies appointment of 17 judges across 8 HCs. BJP not in panic in MP Rajasthan, cadres follow party line. Fielding more than a dozen MPs for assembly elections in the two states is not a sign of anxiety, and the party is attempting to form government with a clear majority in those states, says Defense Minister. He underscores that positions held by senior party leaders in the organization can change, recalling the various sports he has held. Vasundhara Raje will work towards participating in e-hunts. Three defectors from MNF among BJP's Mizoram candidate. Sarma attacks lone Muslims Muslim minister in Chhattisgarh. President launches both Krishi roadmap of Bihar. India will explore building large language models. High powered committee will study their development for Indian languages. Large amounts of private and foreign capital plus government funds needed for deep tech, says Amitabh Kant. Committee hand marriage bill gets another extension. Ex-Jharkhand CM Raghubar Das is Odisha's new governor. India likely to sign deal with the US for 31 MQ-9B drones by February 2024. Ayodhya Ram Temple Trust receives FCRA license to accept point donations. Bhagavatam tells Dharma. Situation in Gaza Strip spiraling out of control, says WHO chief. The world conflict strengthen ties with China, says Russia's Putin. Musk starts charging new visas for basic features in two countries. Bolsonaro should face charges for coup attempt, a congressional panel. Israeli to allow aid to move into Gaza from Egypt. Biden. Europe condemns death of hundreds of civilians in attack on Gaza hospital. Escalating tensions in Gaza come under sharp focus in civil wars scared Sri Lanka. SI woes open markets for Belt and Road projects. Center raises MSP for Rabi crops. Rabi crops farmers are unhappy. Farmers' allegations say the minimum support prices do not match the increase in the input costs. For wheat, the major Rabi crop, the increase is 150 per quintal. Insurance for stop using employer's car is must. IRDAI. India extends curbs on sugar exports to calm local prices. Apollo allies with sale to open hospital in Rourkela. GM must consider higher CVS, says CM Shinde. CIL to lift more coal from below ground. US FDA advises action in Biocon Malaysian arms unit. Shares has lead. New raises 35 million from peak XP partners. Difficult to miss someone like Surya Kumar, says Mambre. Fans would be happy about dry weather forecast for the match. India meets Bangladesh in an ODI at home after 25 years. Don't know if we are missing Tamim, coach Athuru Singha. VPK squad we feel is the best, says Mambre. India finds itself in perfect space, but Bangladesh can be a tricky customer. Scary the way India is playing. It says Athuru Singha. India can't afford to relax against Bangladesh. Kiwis continue to send sloppy Afghanistan tumbling down to earth. Half centuries by skipper Latham and Phillips and the 144 run stand propel New Zealand to 288 before Ferguson and Santer combined to throw the chase up track for a fourth win as many games. The victory takes the Black Caps to the top of the table while the Afghans slip to ninth. We could not have put pressure on Qs for long trot. Van Meekeren, the delivery boy who delivered big for the Dutch. Andrea has quietly followed its weight. It's not panic stations at Coach Mart. Knock knock, who is there? The World Cup, we are back in Pune. The big ticket cricket event returns to the city, which has undergone a sea change since it last played host. And Gen Z is ready to lap it up all when India takes on Bangladesh and a further four matches. One parts ways with Mumbai Indians. Volleyball boxed it from a national games at the last minute. Prithvi and Naisha swim to individual titles, so BAC reigns. Star Glory Flying to come good in the Mysore District Cup. Hello Bangalore. With a statement win over South Africa, the Dutch show they are here to stay. The Netherlands is proving that it has the game to surprise much stronger rivals in the ODI format. After playing in the 50 over World Cups in 1996, 2003, 2007, and 2011, the side arrived in India is looking to ruffle a few feathers. How quantum algorithms solve problems that classical computers can't. A quantum algorithm is a series of instructions that uses quantum gates to manipulate data. Some problems may need fewer steps on the part of a quantum algorithm than the steps required by classical algorithms, enabling quantum computers to solve the problems faster than classical devices. Scientists turn an AI ear to the wild. While the library of available sounds to train the AI model may meant it could only identify a quarter of the bird calls experts could. It was still able to correctly gauge biodiversity levels in each location. Where's the odds you can answer all the questions? This is the last two pages is text and context. Context is a little important for the current events. The people who signed up for organ donation on the Notor website, 22 and 82,000 men. Expected revenue drop in the diamond polishing industry, 30 to 35% in percentage. Advocates recommended as HC judged by Collegium, 30. Poon pays revenue increase in financial year 23 year on year, 77 in percentage. The amount needed to assist earthquake it Afghanistan. The Aboriginal referendum in Australia. What does an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice to Parliament constitute? How will it change the country's constitution? What are the rules for holding a referendum in Australia? How has the Anthony Albanese led government reacted to the results? Representation for the indigenous. Australians were asked to vote on whether to establish an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice to Parliament. The voice was proposed as a means of recognizing them as the first peoples of Australia in the Constitution. Text and context. Nordic writers keep alive a troubled, brilliant echo created by Stieg Larsson. As Lisbeth Salander is back in Karin Smirnov, the girl in the eagle talents, a lordhound and Scandinavian fiction, including books of Henning Mankell, featuring Inspector Kurt Wallander, who brought the crime fiction genre into the mainstream. The advancement of artificial intelligence has taken the world by storm. It is a quiz on modern forms of technology and its impact. This is the last page, guys. If you, I would guys to read this last text and context pages. So, it's very like little important for the advancement of your knowledge. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the newspaper reading and continue reading for 2 hours a day. It will make you really very fluent in English communication in the next 30 days if you are the beginner. So please subscribe the channel, like and comment for more videos related to healthcare education and personal interviews, especially in the field of education. See you in the upcoming videos, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye. Take care.